Good morning, everyone. Hello there. I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying the scene, the beautiful scene here. It's very festive because I'm just feeling in a festive mood at the moment. I've been putting a few of my Christmas decorations up, and I thought I'd bring some of them up here to my angel table because it's a big day today. Do you know why? Do you know why it's a big day, my loves? Any guesses? Anyone want to hazard a guess what is happening today that's so exciting and so big? Well, it is the full moon in Gemini, and I am a Gemini. I'm a triple Gemini in my birth chart, and it's also the eclipse. So we've got a full moon lunar eclipse happening today, everyone. And you might not see any major developments happening with this eclipse on this very day of the eclipse, but you will over the coming days, weeks and months see how it's going to impact your life. And some of you have had a reading with me and we did look at the eclipses for you, so you will have that information to ponder on and see how it unfolds for you. But I've got quite a few of you gathering here already, so I thought what I would do is I'd just leave the lights down for a little bit so that you can take in the ambience. Isn't it pretty? I've got my candles and my star. And speaking of stars, Lynn Hardy's just sent me 50 stars. Thank you so much, my love. I've put some fairy lights around my angel, and then I've got my beautiful scene there, the wintry scene with the stag and the deer meeting up under the Christmas tree. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. So we've got some stars for you to choose from today. We've got a golden star with bells on, we've got a crystal star, and then we've got a sparkling star, which is number 3. So the light at the moment outside is very dark here in the UK, even though it's 11 o'clock in the morning, but it's playing into my hands because I thought it feels very intimate and warm and cozy and Christmassy. So I thought, let's leave the lights off for now. We'll put them back on so you can actually see your cards. But anyway, well, while I say all my hellos, I just want to say thank you if you're watching on YouTube, on the replay. I do really appreciate you taking the time to visit and listen to these angel messages every week. So thank you to all my YouTube audience. Thank you to everybody on Facebook who manages to make it live. I'm going to say hello to you all in a second. And if anybody wants to help us get the stars total up, we're on 1,820 stars of our 5,000 star goal. So all you have to do is, if you're watching on Facebook, live or replay, it doesn't matter, you can do this anytime. You just click on the stars icon at the bottom of the screen, and then you can send me some stars, and every star costs 1 cent or 1 penny depending on where you are in the world. Okay, so good morning to Sharon Bishop, who's in Australia, and you went outside and it's too cloudy to see the moon. Oh no, it was like that last night, very, very cloudy. I could see the moon a lot over the weekend, but yesterday was very misty, Sharon. Good morning to Elaine Sagar, good morning to Mel Sykes. And by the way, I forgot to say that the stars goal that we've got, we're going to be doing some readings all about 2021. So we'll have a big long reading session live where I'll be talking about 2021, what kind of energies we've got going on, the numerology of it, and I'll also be giving you an interactive choices reading as well. So we just need to get those stars up. We need to get to 5,000 stars and we can have that reading happen. Good morning to Sarah Graves. I'm very well, Sharon, thank you for asking. And Renata Vassallo, she's watching as well. Good, hello ladies. Good morning to Nicole South, or good evening to Nicole South. It's still light here in Perth. Oh, lucky you. It's getting dark about 3:30 in the afternoon here. I can't wait until the clocks move forward again until we get to the 21st of December, and then we will be moving back and we'll be getting inches more sunshine or more daylight, should I say. Good morning to Mel Sykes, Moya Kelly, and Carrie Muse. How are you doing, Carrie? How's your mom? Hayley Stanfield Layla, good evening to you, beautiful. Robin Steele is watching. Hello to you. Good evening to you and Sonia Anders. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking the setting, Sonia. Linda Marie is watching with Bronwyn Sammy, and Patricia Alvarenga is here, as is Alison Storer. Hayley, oh, I've said hello to you. Kelly McEverly. I think I got your name right. Donna Marie's in the house. Hello, Donna. Jane McGuinness is here. Hello. Hello to John Clark. To Marcella Hutchins, good morning to you, lovely lady. And Nancy Zimmerman, thank you so much for the stars. Thank you for the stars, Christiane. Beatrice, Valant. Yulia Zoloto, Kane Samuel, Sarah Louise Webb are watching. Nicole McLean. Oh no, you got out of ER, Sarah. Oh no. Oh, sending lots of love your way. I hope nothing too awful happened. Big hugs to you. Thank you for the stars, Nicole South. Marie Bakewell is watching. I hope everyone's well as well, Sharon. Thank you for asking after everyone. Now let's see. Every time I try and do all my hellos, the screen jumps back to the beginning. So Fiona Killeen was the first person to walk in. So hello, Fiona. Sharon Bishop, Janine Smelt, Carmen Rivera Vasquez, and Marianne's here as well. Langaka. Good morning, Marianne. Thank you for the stars again, Nancy. Sheila Hamilton's watching. Marcella Hutchins, I've said hello to you. Christiane, hello. Hello, Christiane. Barbara Phipps and Vanessa Dempsey. Susie Stillwell and Teresa McElhill. Joan Wiggins and Lynn Hardy. And I think I'm there. Cheryl, did I say hi to you as well? Dermot Crumley's watching. Oh, gallbladder. Oh, Sarah, that's the worst, isn't it? Carmen, thank you so much for the stars. Vicky Ray's watching as well. Oh, you're here live. So you've normally been catching me on YouTube, haven't you, darling? Ruth Stockley, Astrid Twig. It's cold in Perth, even though it's summertime. It gets like that, doesn't it, Astrid? Tia Harinen and Frances Kelly, Ruth Stockley, Sandra Yaskiel, Karen Lacroix. Oh gosh, there's so many of you. Okay, I think I'm good. Right, shall we turn the lights on and then we can see what we're doing then? There we go. We'll put this big light on as well so I can see properly. Dawn Sanderson, hello. Frances Kelly, you're in Ireland. Oh, the Emerald Isle, how beautiful. We've got our 44 watchers, so I think that's like press go, isn't it? Let's get started. All right, so I'm going to just ring my little bells just to clear the energy, because full moons are all about clearing and cleansing, aren't they? And bells, the sound of bells is all about angels. Did you know that every time you hear a bell ringing, an angel gets its wings? That's from It's a Wonderful Life, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? So Dermot wants a wee reading. Well, you can have a wee reading, Dermot. You're going to be able to see the choices. So while I'm going to do the angel messages for this eclipse, I'm going to walk you through the different choices that we have. So you can choose this star with the bells on and the little gemstones. Isn't it beautiful? Now always remember where I bought these things. So this star I actually bought when I was in York, the historic city of York. I went there and stayed a couple of nights with my daughter, and we had a wonderful time last summer. And we had, not this year, obviously the year before, and we went to this beautiful little spiritual shop with all these gorgeous goodies, and I bought this star there. So that's a really nice memory. And then this one, let me just move the camera around. So that's number one choice, the brass star. And then this one is just a beautiful star ornament that looks like a Sputnik or something, doesn't it? Frances Kelly, thank you for the stars, my love. Vladimira, good morning. So that one's very, very sparkly. It's got all of the refractions of light with the, it's picking up all the colours, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? So that one is number 2. And Marilyn Turner's watching as well. Hello, Marilyn. And then number 3 is your golden sparkling star. And this is a Christmas ornament as well. It kind of looks like a starfish, that one. I always think it looks like a starfish, which is really pretty. Okay, so get your thinking caps on about what you would like in terms of your personal message. We've got some soul journey lesson cards, and we've got unicorn cards as well. Thank you for the stars, Vladimira. Very much appreciated, my love. So let us talk about the eclipse. So first of all, it's Joy. You just sneaked in under the wire. We're just getting started, my love. And Vladimira, thank you for the stars. So let's see. We have this eclipse and it's in the sign of Gemini. And it's all about clearing, cleansing, healing. It's the last full moon eclipse of 2020. And with this eclipse, something within us comes to the surface for us to really acknowledge, and then we're going to think about what we're going to do with it before we release it. So it tends to be more of an internal thing. It tends to be how you process the information that comes from outside inwardly. Now, full moons can always be a very emotional time for us. This is why I've created this beautiful scene of great comfort, and we need to be kind to ourselves on a day like this, because all of those energies can be rising to the surface like magnets, and we can end up feeling quite emotional, quite bruised. We can be dealing with a lot of healing, a lot of pain, and all of that can come up to the surface for us to handle, to sort out. And this is why we need to be really kind to ourselves. It's so important. And wherever Gemini is in your birth chart, because we all have Gemini somewhere in our birth chart, this full moon eclipse will be impacting you and asking you to release, cleanse, let go of certain things. And eclipses are fated portals for change, so they help us to understand what is our destiny in this lifetime, because this full moon lunar eclipse is right next to the North Node, which is the node of the moon. It's all about the direction we're headed in this lifetime. It's what we came here to do. So that can be invigorating. We can experience big awakening, but we can also feel the pain of the discomfort of the realization of those things, because it's not always easy being us, is it? The life we've chosen, we're each in our own lane doing our own thing. So I feel for you, my loves, and whatever you're going through, I'm going through something too. We're all dealing with our own challenges, and it's important for us all to be compassionate with one another as well, especially in these really challenging times that we're experiencing all over the world. So let us get our angel messages. I'm just shuffling behind the camera here, because if I do it in front, then I just drop the cards everywhere. You know what I'm like, I do that all the time. So this is our card for the eclipse itself. I'm really interested to see what the angels have to say about this eclipse. And we're going to have 3 cards today, because it is such a big week in our lives. Such a very big energetic time, very profound in our lives. And I read something at the weekend where it was saying, how amazing are we that we chose to incarnate during this lifetime when all these things are going on, that we asked to experience this and be the change makers of this very important time. And I thought, yeah, isn't that great? Instead of feeling as though we're being put upon, we have to think about what we did on a soul level, of what we requested energetically to be a part of this and to be the shapers of the change that will then influence generations to come. So this is the endurance in order to see the change that follows. So think of it like that, my loves, and you can't go wrong. It's definitely, we've got to step back. We've got to step back and look down on things at the moment, because at the moment, if we stand with our nose pressed right up to the coal face, then we will just end up feeling that cold, that pain, that oppression. So step back, my loves, and look down on your lives objectively. And that's what we're going to do this morning with our messages. So I'm just going to bring the light in. Let's bring some light on the situation. So this first angel message is, you like that? You got goosebumps, Nicole? Yes, I know. I got goosebumps when I read that. I was thinking, yes, that is really important for us to remember that, acknowledge that. Look at this. This is beautiful. So we have a number 10. And 10s are all about completion of a cycle, of a circle, and renewal. They're also about standing back and looking, almost doing this kind of audit of our lives, which we did very much in Scorpio season. We're now in Sagittarius season where we're ready to move forwards. But this eclipse is kind of holding us back on a bit of a bungee cord and going, wait, before you go flying forward with all your dreams and your goals, you have to stop and take a reckoning of what is really good in your life. You have to be jolly, because that's the energy of Gemini. It's very light and breezy and communicative. It gets its energy from people, and messages and communication is like oxygen to the Gemini full moon. And so here we have this family, but can you see they're angels? So this is like your soul tribe. You've got to look around you and you've got to say to yourself, who's part of my tribe? Who are the people who matter? Who are my angels that are looking after me? Who are my spirit guides? And really acknowledging them. Taking this time at the full moon to be grateful, to be thankful, to say thank you for the support. And maybe you could do a little ritual for yourself today. And you could write down the names of the people who mean the very most to you. And they don't have to be people who are in your life right now. They could be in spirit as well, because they're still guiding you. You know, our body, our physical body, is only one aspect of us. We have many different energetic bodies. And when you are spiritual like we are, you know that those energies are always around us, they're always surrounding us, and we can always connect with them in those magical and wonderful ways when we want to. So especially the people who are due to come into your life. So let's not forget about that, because we're ending a cycle here with the 10 of Earth. And we're going to be grounding new things after this eclipse and as we go into 2021. So think about those people where you've got room in your tribe for maybe a romantic love, maybe a new friend, maybe a guru or a teacher. And just, you know, write those lists and say thank you for the people you already have in your life and the people who are yet to come into your life. I feel like that is very much the message there. And this is all about security. Because one thing about Gemini is it's quite flitty and flighty. It's ruled by the planet Mercury, and Mercury changes shape constantly, and so it's very versatile. But it can be lacking in groundedness. And this is a very important time for you to ground yourself and to get your feet on the ground and to look at the people in spirit and in, 3D in your life at the moment who help you to ground and have that sense of belonging. So that's a really wonderful message for us for that full moon. It's that reassurance that we're safe and we're provided for and we're taken care of always. And no matter what might rock your world with this eclipse in the days, weeks and months to come, just know it's creating a greater sense of stability in the long term. And sometimes we have to uproot something in order to put it in a safer place. So if you think about, I have this money tree in my kitchen, and I had to, it was getting pot bound, so I had to get a new pot to put it in, and I had to put it in a different location, and it was a bigger pot. And that plant didn't resist me doing that because it knew it was for its greater good and its roots could spread out even more. So beautiful message for us for the eclipse. I feel like the whole kind of message with this eclipse today and what I've been feeling when I woke up this morning is all about comfort. So give yourselves lots of comfort today in whatever ways that you feel comforted most. So do that. And also give comfort to others. I think that that's an important thing. It's like if we all share the comfort with one another, then we're all going to feel the ripples of love, aren't we? So Anita's just sent me 100 stars. Thank you so much, my love. We are nearly halfway to our target, so of 5,000 stars. So keep the stars coming. We'll get our 2021 readings soon. All right. So this is our middle of the week now. in the aftermath of the eclipse, it's such a big energetic portal. It's such a big cosmic event that is connected to our destiny that we can often feel deflated. We can feel wiped out energetically by the middle of the week. Well, we're drowning in emotion still, or we're feeling sorry for ourselves because maybe some of those changes have hit home. Maybe we've been uprooted and we put into the new pot for our roots to spread out, but we're feeling empty, we're feeling a bit lost. And then this is saying to you, you're not on your own, and there are so many possibilities coming up. Look at that. So she's just saying, oh, I didn't manage to get that cup, I'm going away, I'm fed up. But she's not seeing these other cups that are there, waiting to be discovered. She's just concentrating on what she doesn't have, not what is yet to come. So if you have this sense of, oh, I'm just feeling a bit fed up, this whole year's just worn me down, whatever circumstances have been conspiring to uproot you, to create change in your life, to make you feel uncomfortable, to make you feel sad, and you've maybe lost some things along the way, and you're feeling this sense of just dejection, rejection, then know that there is far better to come, and this is all for your highest good, and the universe will never leave you completely high and dry. It's going to always provide for you, and that number 4 is your angels speaking to you through those emotions. So there's another saying, and I'm going to try and get this right. Your tears of today are going to water the beautiful flowers of tomorrow that are going to be growing in the garden of your life. I think it goes something like that. So get those tears out, because they're better out than in. Feel sorry for yourself, but tomorrow's another day. And we move on, and we grow from here. And then our final card represents the end of the week, the weekend. Oh, this is lovely. Can you see how much earth energy we've got? You're being grounded, you're being created, you know, there's wealth being created in your life. And wealth and abundance in lots of different ways. It's not just money, but it could be. So the 6 of Earth is money that's owed to you. This eclipse could break the cycle of you being stuck where you're waiting on something to happen. Somebody, you know, somebody's got some money, it's yours and you want it. Maybe you've earned it. Maybe you want to get a loan or something like that, or get access to some funds that you haven't been able to before because you didn't have the right credit rating, or those institutions who were holding on to the purse strings, holding on to that cash that you needed, they weren't letting go of it. Well, there's a shift after this full moon, so the energy breaks, and what it does is it creates opportunity, it creates possibility. So on the other side of this eclipse, it might be a bit bumpy midweek, but by the time we get to the weekend, there is this feeling of the universe is giving back to you for all that you've gone through, and all of the things that you've put your energy into. You know, you've not given up, you've kept on trying, you've kept on going, you're still here fighting and growing and learning and getting back up and out there, and the universe is saying, here you go, here's your cosmic reward, and we're going to make sure that those scales of justice in your life are balanced once more, because we don't like imbalance. The universe hates a void, and it will always fill it eventually. So isn't that beautiful? And you know, 6s are all about harmony. They're all about restoring the balance. So anything's out of balance, it comes back into balance. So now Sharon is asking what the name of the cards are, and I can't believe I didn't tell you, because I normally do. It is the Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine. So they follow the kind of theme of the traditional tarot, but with beautiful archangels, fairies and dragons and unicorns and mermaids. So they're pretty beautiful and magical. So let's move our weekly messages out of the way. Whoops, they've all fallen over. Oh well, never mind. Who minds? I just need to say hello and thank you to Julia Nanny for sending me stars, and also to Kim Wincup for your stars as well. You're so generous, loves. Thank you so much. Anita and Vladimira, thank you for the stars, and Christiane, and I think Nicole sent me some, and Nancy. So thank you everybody for the stars, and Lynn Hardy as well. If I've forgotten to say thank you to anybody, I do appreciate you. I will go back later and make sure I've thanked you all. All right, are you ready for your messages now? So these are your personal messages for the eclipse. So remember, we had, just a quick reminder, we had the brass star with the bells. Let's ring the bells. Because, you know, if you ever want to cleanse a space, you do it with sound. You can clap your hands, or you can have a bell and you can just ring it. It's really good for cleansing space. So that is number one. Number two is this crystal star that is really amazingly three-dimensional, and it's got all those rainbow colours that it's picking up from the lights in the background. And then number three is the beautiful star. It's all glittery, and it's got glitter all over my table now and all over my hands, but I love it. And it looks like a starfish, isn't it? It's really growing. It's like it's reaching out. All right, so excuse me. It's very dry in here. I've got all the heating on and it just dries your throat out. So let me bring the cards forward for number one. So first of all, your card these are from the Soul's Journey lesson cards. So this is the lesson for your soul's growth for this eclipse. Are you ready? Surrender. So this one always looks like a petri dish, you know, where they put some kind of virus in there and then it starts replicating. So something has taken off in your life, and it's kind of all over the place, and its tentacles are being felt everywhere. And so you know, maybe at first you tried to stop something happening and it wasn't possible. You know, it just kept on growing and growing until you got to the point where you go, I surrender, because I can't control this thing. I have to let it get worse before it gets better. Or I have to allow whatever the universe wants to explode in my life. I have to allow that to happen. And this, because it's got the red on here, it's very much the root chakra, the first chakra and energy center in the body, which is about safety, security, everything being the same, you know, and being solid, and we know where we are. It's like the bottom of Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid. It's the base. But we can't ascend upwards until we've got the structure in place. So this is saying to you, you know, maybe the structure was flawed in your life and it had to be torn down and it had to be rearranged, so that when you ascend, you've got this very, very strong base to build from. Maybe this is also about something is leaving your life or has left your life, and you had to let it go because it was taking up space of something that needs to come in, and because you were trying to control and micromanage the universe and stop something from changing, sometimes the eclipse has to intervene and say, right, we're removing this, whether you like it or not. So we're going to tear it from your life because we want to give you something better. And this is the big message for your soul's growth. I can release my need to control. This can be your need to control when you're making wishes and you're saying, I want it now. And the universe is going, but if you had it now, you wouldn't appreciate it, or the timing's off because you've got other things that you need to achieve first, and that's going to distract you from those. So we know exactly when is the right time to give you what you need or what you're asking for. And when you have temper tantrums, that's not nice. That's, you know, you can't micromanage the universe. You just can't do it. You can't try and manipulate outcomes in your favour, in your timeline. It just doesn't work like that, my loves. So I see a lot of that. I have, you know, occasionally had people come back to me and, you know, they say, you know, this has happened to me and I'm so angry. It's not fair. Why me? And, you know, it happens to me as well. I don't get what I want all the time. And then when I look back, I realise that actually it was the blessing in disguise. It's just in the moment you have to ask yourself, okay, I know it's painful, but I'm going to ask myself the question, what is this teaching me? and learn from those important lessons. And surrendering is a really important thing for all of us to get used to doing. We can't have everything. I think that's one of the biggest lessons we've all learned this year, isn't it? We've had to surrender to something that needed to grow in order for all of us to grow equally. And we might have hated every minute of some of the things it brought us and taught us, but my goodness, have we really started to understand ourselves better as a planet, as a whole. So our next message, number 2, if you chose number 2, your soul's journey lesson is balance. So you are going to see that balance being struck by the end of the week. You're going to see it coming back in. Now, balance is a funny thing because a lot of the time we're either having peak experience of excitement, joy, pleasure. You know, we're always trying to reach the peak, aren't we? That's why people take drugs, legal or illegal, doesn't matter, because we want to experience that high. That's why I have my coffee in the morning, because I get a little buzz. I know that's bad, but I like it. And then we have to strike a balance, don't we? Because we can't be at peak all the time, because when we're at peak all the time, there are no highs, are there? And when we're low all the time, then we're just drowning. You know, we're not working at our very best potential, our highest potential. We're not working our light. So being in a state of balance sounds boring, but it's beautiful. That's the kind of state that we achieve when we're meditating. It's the kind of state that we achieve when we're mindful, when we're just sitting and we're taking deep breaths and we're doing nothing but concentrating on whatever it is that we're doing. And one of the things that I've started to do is 15 minutes of stretching in the morning. So do my little exercise workout where I get all hot and sweaty and burn some calories. And then I do some stretches. There's lots of stretching yoga videos on YouTube, so check them out. Found this lady and I do 15 minutes of stretching, and all I do is focus on feeling my muscles stretch and listening for that timer and just breathing and everything, and it's wonderful. I feel so much better for it. So your message here is, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I'm going to read that again because I spoilt it. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So that's when you're just in that moment, just focusing on what you're focusing on, not trying to be anything, not trying to judge anything in your life, you know. And because when we start judging, when we start thinking, oh, how's my life going? You might either get excited about you've got all kinds of things to look forward to or to do, or you've got nothing to do and then you feel fed up. And this is about just being in balance and just saying, you know, I'm healthy, I'm breathing, everything is well in my world in this very moment. All is well, and I'm just going to be here in that divine moment. Well, you know, Astrid makes a very good point. Coffee isn't bad, it's actually good in moderation. And you know, Astrid, so I have 2 coffees in the morning, and then I, you know, don't have any coffee after that, any caffeine after that, because it does send me a bit crazy, a bit wired. So I think I lost the connection for a second there. I hope you're all still with me. All right, my love. So number 3, what is your soul's journey lesson? Let's move that around so you can see the lovely deers on there. Purpose. Okay, I know what I'm here to do. Now this is beautiful because it's a combination of 3 different energy centers. So we've got the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the 3rd eye chakra, and all 3 of those are connected. So heart, throat, 3rd eye. And that looks like a compass. So because this full moon lunar eclipse is right on the north node, which is our destiny in this lifetime, it's like where is each of us headed? There's an important revelation about our destiny for each of us. But for you, if you chose number 3, there's going to be eventually, over the coming days, weeks and months, a real clarity and understanding that I know what I came here to do, and I'm brave enough to answer the calling. I'm brave enough to take those steps forward, feeling purposeful, feeling like that compass is pointing me in the direction, I'm going to follow it because I can see it, I feel it in my heart, and I've got the courage in my throat chakra to express my authentic self and to live that. So isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love that card for you. That's a really beautiful message. Now, maybe you've been feeling like you're lacking in purpose. Maybe you've been feeling like, oh, you know, I don't have balance, or I don't have purpose. And I don't know if you've seen me posting the links to my new program that starts on the 7th of December that is in my online shop. But basically it's called The Path to Your Purpose, and it's going to be a 15-day program that you get a video every day from the 7th of December. And you get to work along with me to discover where to next. What is your purpose? What's standing in the way of it? And how to grow and really strive towards that. So I'm just typing the online shop into the comments there. So there's a link to it there. For some reason, this live will never let me paste a link to my website in there anymore, so Facebook are just clamping down on everything that we're doing at the moment. It's dreadful. Anyway, we just do what we can, don't we? Including the reach for these videos. So if you're watching now and you've been notified that I'm live, that's wonderful, but a lot of the time it's just not notifying everybody that I've gone live. So that's a real shame. But you know what I would say to you is, if you're not seeing my posts, then please do go and visit my page and have a look and see what you've missed. Particularly the Wednesday wisdom, you know, the messages for every Wednesday, my reach is just getting lower and lower and lower every week, because they know that that's a very popular post. So what they're doing is they're you know, really limiting its reach, trying to get me to advertise. And I would pay for the adverts, but every time you advertise, they double the price the next time. So it would just be crazy. I know people who are spending thousands on Facebook advertising, and for me, I just can't justify it. So anyway, that's what's happened. So if you're not seeing my posts, you'll know why. All right, so our second message comes from, this is an oracle deck called Unicorn Magic. Now this is a free deck of cards that I got with a magazine, so you can't buy these, okay? But you may be able to find somebody selling them on eBay if you have a look, but they're called Unicorn Magic. And if you chose number 1, your message is, I can achieve magic when I truly believe in myself. Look at that unicorn. He has wings and he's black, so you're protected. So, you know, the higher you fly, the more your wings are going to grow. The more you're protected by the divine, by the universe. Look at that rainbow appearing there. Don't know if you can see that. All of the light is shining upon you and it's saying, ascend, ascend, ascend. I can achieve magic when I truly believe in myself. And you know, when we go back to your soul's journey lesson, it was all about surrendering to your power. I think some of the time we try and control ourselves, or our ego tries to control us and make us stay small and makes us fearful. And we forget just how powerful we are because we start doing this comparing to others, don't we? And the thing is, we are unique. Everybody has their own unique life to live, their own lessons. It's not like we're all, you know, when we're at school and we're doing exams and we're all measured against each other and we're all doing the same exam. We're all wearing a uniform, so we all look the same. And we tend to take that into adult life and we tend to start looking at each other and going, oh, I'm better than them, or they're better than me. And no, no, no. Everybody's doing their own thing and they have their own unique gifts and their own power. And that is you. And you got to really believe in yourself. And yes, there will be people who don't always have your back, who are competitive with you because they don't have that spiritual power that you have. They haven't connected to their spiritual power, should I say. They've got spiritual power, they just haven't connected with it. So they're in their ego, and that's when people are trying to jump over each other and trying to knock each other down and criticize one another. And what you got to do is say, I truly believe in myself and I'm in my own lane and I'm rising higher and I'm just doing me. I'm just doing what I need to do. And then you surrender to that power, because that power is, you know, it's not that we're afraid that we're not good enough, it's that we're afraid that we are super powerful and that we are so good, and we just fear our own power a lot of the time. But it presents itself in our lives as, you know, this limitation and restrictions that we place upon ourselves. You know, there's always avenues, there's always opportunities if we're brave enough to take them. And it can be in everything. It doesn't have to be that you have to take great risks. You know, sometimes it's just a case of doing something a little bit different, or making that phone call you've been putting off, or writing those few words and popping them on our social media post, and then seeing where it goes. All right, number 2, this is your unicorn magic message. And it says, I know not to push my loved ones away in times of strife, for they are my spirit people. Isn't that beautiful? So we've got these 2 unicorns running side by side. And you know, this full moon is in Gemini, and Gemini is the twins. It's that twin energy. It's about saying we can't do everything on our own. Gemini is mercurial. Gemini needs people. You need your people. So remember what I said at the beginning is to write down about your tribe, who you're grateful for. And sometimes we push people away because we're afraid of them rejecting us. So we think, right, I'll get in there first and I'll push them away before they do it to me. But remember, you know, Shakespeare, he was so wise, he said, better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, right? So love is what we're all here to do and to experience. We've got to give that love out. We can't hold it back and keep our heart hidden behind a stone wall, or ready to pull a shutter down as quickly as we can in case somebody hurts us. You know, we've got to be open, we've got to share. And if you get, okay, so if you go to a friend and you confide in them, and you know, you're open about the fact that, oh, I'm not feeling so happy, or this happened to me, and they're not very caring and loving, and you don't get the response that you want, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to be that way. It's just that person on that particular day, and you don't know what's going on in their life, what challenges they've got. So move on to the next person, but don't push people away, and don't hold yourself back from great love, because for you know, you got the balance card, right, for your soul's journey lesson. And the balance is the green, those petals there on that beautiful lotus flower in the middle of the card. Green is the heart chakra. That's love, it's compassion, it's unconditional love. And then the blue is the throat chakra of expression. So it's love and expression and being brave enough to love. It's the combination of those things, that beautiful balance. Really powerful messages, and they all really sit very well with one another, don't they? They combine beautifully. So finally, number 3, your unicorn magic message is, isn't that lovely? The golden trees. The autumn breeze caresses my skin, reminding me of Mother Nature's embrace. So that's that beautiful message of mindfulness, isn't it? So stay in the moment, that things might be happening around you that are tough, that you're not enjoying very much. And if you can forget about that for a moment and just stand and look at something that is really beautiful and abundant in your life right now, because there's always something to be grateful for. And it says, the autumn breeze caresses my skin, reminding me of Mother Nature's embrace. And also, you know, in your darkest moments, those are the times when your angels are surrounding you and uplifting you the most. So almost look to your left or your right shoulder, because that's where your angels are standing and sending their power to you, enveloping you with their wings and their love, and just say, thank you. I know you've got me, and I know I need to go through this. I know I need to experience it. And thank you for supporting and guiding me as I do. And your angels will be there going, you're so brave. We love that you're following your purpose. We love that you've been brave enough to do that. And you're going to get the rewards that come with that as well. Because everything that you're doing right now in your life was a choice that you consciously made, and that you were brave enough to take and step forward into, right? Otherwise you'd still be living in your original family home doing nothing, wouldn't you? So you've done so much, you've come so far, and you just have to remember that, my loves. So those are the messages for the full moon lunar eclipse today. Remember what I said to you right at the beginning. If you weren't here right at the beginning, I'll give you a recap. It's all about comfort today, my love, so take good care of yourselves, take good care of everybody else, send somebody a message of comfort, and all those ripples of love will come back, flooding back to you into your life. They always do, my loves, okay? If you would like a private reading with me, I'm going to drop the link into the comments later. And if you'd like to join my Path to My Life Purpose program, it's going to be so good. It's such a wonderful thing to do. In the in-between stage of the new moon eclipse as well, it's starting on the 7th of December. We do everything online, so you just get everything into your email inbox. You don't have to be anywhere, and you can do it all in your own time. So that's starting on the 7th of December, so be quick if you want to join me with that. I'll post the link for it. And sending you lots and lots of love this week, my darlings. Take care of yourselves. Thank you for the stars. Thank you for the support and the love always. And have a wonderful full moon day. Bye for now.